Here we are, the final weekend of January, and you would think in the middle of the winter we'd have exceptionally great winter conditions, but if you watch Storm Team 8, we were talking about a second January thaw, and we've certainly been in the midst of that. And there's a lot of snow fest going on. You know, as a committee member, you would think, just setting the date ahead of time, that this would be a safe time of year, but you just never know. But I also want to say that winter is not done yet. And folks, when is it this time of year? We're still in January. Okay, thanks again, Harvey Automotive, for sponsoring the snow conditions report. Look how warm it's been throughout the North Central Plains and the Great Lakes this past week. Temperatures almost 11 degrees above average, and over the past 2 weeks, it's running nearly 5 degrees above average. Now, I wanted to show you last weekend, I hunted for the snow. I actually found it. This is just south of Paradise, Michigan, which is way up there in the eastern UP, right along the shore of Lake Superior. That day it was in the 40s. Notice how the snow was certainly good packing, and this is essentially what we're going to have to do again if you want to snowmobile. Snow cover looks impressive at 79%, but it's all across UP. Average snow depth is right around 6 inches. There really isn't, in terms of snowmobiling, any usable snow across lower Michigan. Snow showing not much either. I was talking to some of the Mets up there at the National Weather Service and also Cadillac and Traverse City. Just isn't any good snow. Not yet. That will change. You really, once again, have to head across the UP to find some really decent snow, but keep in mind, if you do, you're not going to be the only one. I read some of the reports out there. That was one of the busiest weekends they've ever seen because everybody in the lower portion of the state is heading up to the UP to take advantage of what snow is out there. Okay, what's out there? 16-inch snow depth in Sault Ste. Marie, right around 21 in Munising, 25 in Houghton. If you recall, Monday and Tuesday, they actually had a really good snow event across the Straits area and the UP. Sheboygan reporting 4 inches, so that's certainly good news. And it wasn't lake effect, so it was a good hard snow with a lot of water content. Snowfall forecast this weekend, once again, anemic. 1 maybe 2 inches of snow expected right across the snowbelt areas right along the Lake Superior shoreline. We'll be melting snow across lower Michigan. Now, you can still take advantage of downhill skiing. All the resorts are open. That's just one example of how great it is to make some snow. Temperatures will be in the 40s if you're heading out, 30s across UP and western UP, probably a few 20s. But again, we'll be melting snow across lower Michigan, what little there is. This will start to change, though, on Sunday. Some colder air will start to move in. Notice the 20s making some headway across the northern part of the state, even teens across the UP. And that's just a sign of things to come. I think a full-scale pattern change is going to arrive once we begin February. Kind of interesting how that starts out. You flip the calendar, a new month, and here comes a new pattern change. Okay, this is the 10-day snowfall forecast from the European model. Gives Sault Ste. Marie 18 inches, Marquette a foot, 4 inches in Grand Rapids. This goes through February 4th, so that's one sign of that pattern changing. In terms of temperatures the next 8 days, kind of back and forth, but more often than not, we're above average. The exception, though, look at Friday real quick, 19. That's a high temperature, and I think right about then is when we start to change the pattern. I'll show you that. 8 to 14 day outlook, February 2nd through the 8th. Notice how the blue is taking hold across the eastern half of the United States, especially the central portion, with even much below average temperatures expected. And going beyond that, notice the cold continues. Great Lakes, North Central Plains with the coldest temperatures. This is 7th through the 14th of February, and that's the European model's projection. And even going beyond that, now for you snow lovers out there, this is good news. We typically see this with weak to moderate La Niñas, that it takes, snow and cold usually lasts right through March and possibly even into April as well. And you can see below average temperatures expected across the Great Lakes. This is a 3-month temperature forecast. Okay, if you find the snow out there, enjoy it and be safe. Have a great weekend.